friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a mid-year book haul. So as it has been documented on this channel previously, I have a book buying problem. Reading and book buying, two separate hobbies, okay? We have established that, and now we will proceed. Today I am going to show you all of the books that I have acquired from January 2021 through June 2021. I say acquired because some of these I bought for myself, others were gifts, and so on and so forth. So acquire, I think, is a correct word for it. And as per usual, I am including in this list physical books, ebooks, audiobooks. If it is permanently on one of my accounts, it is included in this list. While I thought originally that this was gonna be less books than in my previous two book hauls, I was incorrect. The truth is that throughout January through around April, I didn't really buy that many books because I was moving, so I decided to slow down on the book buying just because I didn't want to have to move more boxes of books. I already moved a shit ton of boxes, so I really didn't want to have to add to that. But June I kind of went crazy. I have some big stacks around me to show you, but let's get into it. January, Jesus Christ, this is heavy. Good God. Okay, first book that I got was Once Upon a Dream by Simone. This was a collection of short stories that she did. It was a free ebook that she was giving away, and so I snatched it up real quick because it is no secret that Simone is my queen and I really like her work. I already read this and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Next book was Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I read this in December and I was reading it again for our monthly live show. We were reading Warbreaker. This was Skylar's pick for the live show, and I decided to get a physical copy of it because I loved it so much. And well, more Brandon Sanderson has made it into my personal library in the last couple months, so this was just the beginning of a trend. I really like this. I actually got this on Amazon US, which I was very surprised by because they don't have any of the other white Brandon Sanderson books on Amazon US, but they have this one. And also I have decided to buy the Sanderson white collection because I think it's prettier. I don't really like the US covers, but the UK white versions are so beautiful. The third book I got is gonna be a trend throughout the entire year. This book haul is very serious Simone heavy, just as a forewarning, okay? Okay, cool. So next thing I got was Feast of Sparks by Simone. This is the second book in the Thornchapel series. Why get the second book first, you may ask? Because originally Skylar had gotten me A Lesson in Thorns as a finals present in December. It never arrived. It got lost in the mail somewhere, and so I'd already ordered this after she ordered A Lesson in Thorns for me. So yeah, this arrived and Lesson in Thorns never did, so that's why I got the second book first. Next, I got Cien Años de Soledad by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This was a present from my godmother. I have stated before that she loves to stock my personal collection with beautiful books, so she got me this from a bookstore in Old San Juan that we really like, and I love it. It matches my copy of El Amor en los Tiempos de Cólera. They go together very beautifully and they look really pretty on my shelves. Next book is Captive in the Underworld by Lian Yu Tang. I got this because, if I am not mistaken, this is supposed to be a sapphic Hades and Persephone retelling. I'm gonna check on that because I might be talking shit. Yes, I am correct. Yeah. Okay, yes. This is a sapphic Hades and Persephone retelling, so that's why I got it. I haven't read it yet. I'm very excited to read it though. Next thing I got was for university, and that was this big boy right here, the Norton Anthology to Theory and Criticism. I got this for one of my master's classes. I decided to get the physical copy because we were going to use it the entire semester, and also as someone who's going to be in academia for a long time, I know things from this text are going to keep coming up, so I figured it was just a good investment to get the whole big thing. This is huge, it weighs a ton, and it is the only time that I have ever been thankful for online classes because I didn't have to lug this around anywhere. I would have though if I'd been able to go back to in-person school, but it was nice not having to lug it around. Next book on the list is Harvest of Sighs. This is the third book in the Thorn Chapel series. I understand the irony of getting half of the series and not having gotten the first book yet. Trust me, I get it, okay? But you know, I got it now. I have read this. I think, if I am not mistaken, I rated it 4 out of 5, maybe? Oh god, I don't remember. I can check Goodreads though. Oh look, 4 stars, yes. This is one of my favorite series. I don't know what else you want me to tell you about this. I decided to get physical copies of it. It is what it is. Next on the list is How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories. This is the physical copy. I do have the audiobook for this because when it came out in November, I couldn't find it anywhere in my local bookstores, and I wasn't gonna order it because it wasn't that big of a deal. And I originally wasn't gonna buy it. I was just gonna get the audiobook and be done with it. But I actually really liked the audiobook, even though I didn't get as much from it as I wanted. And I really wanted this because it was from his perspective, and also it is beautiful and the art in it is gorgeous. So once I was able to track down a copy at my local bookstore, I got it. It's funny because the only 2 books I own from that series are The Cruel Prince, because it was a gift from Skylar, and this book because it was pretty and it was about Carton. I don't know, my brain works in weird ways. And here's the thing, usually I don't like having incomplete series. I don't care in this instance. I really don't mind it. The last thing I got in the month of January was the Marvel book. I am a big MCU stan, but I don't know as much about the comics as I would like to know. So I saw this at the local bookstore and I decided to get it because I thought that it was a good way of like nourishing my information about these characters other than for my friends. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to get to it. This is just something that I bought and I really liked, and it's on my nightstand with all my other Marvel shit because I have a lot of it. I like the MCU a lot, and I know some would consider that a character flaw. It's fine. I know it can be shit, but just, I like it. Leave me alone. Now we will move on to February. Less physical books this month. First thing I got in February was, I've talked about this on this channel ad nauseum, not getting these books but reading these books. I've talked a lot about it in the last 6 months. So here we go. The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, and Hero of Ages. I got all 3 audiobooks. They are the Mistborn series, Era 1 by Brandon Sanderson. I did a big old vlog about them. I haven't shut up about them since. It's fine, we know it is a thing. I got all the audiobooks for that vlog that I was doing. I ended up loving them. I will be getting physical copies in the near future. It's just I haven't done it yet because I've made it a priority to get the copies of other Brandon Sanderson works that I haven't read yet, instead of getting these that I've already read, and I have the audiobooks too if I really want to reread them. But they'll be gracing my shelves at some point. Next, we have Tales of Darkness and Sin. This is an anthology collection by a bunch of different authors. How it made it into my hands, Sarah Simone has a story in it, so I bought it. It's the ebook. I don't think I need to explain myself at this point. I haven't read it yet, but I will get around to it at some point. I don't rush the ebooks. I'm just like, they're there. When I need them, they'll be there. Next 3 books that I got in February were all from this event that my local bookstore does. Every February, they do a blind date with a book. If you don't know, what that means is that the books will be wrapped in... ¿Cómo se dice papel de estraza en inglés? Fuck, I don't know. This like brown wrapping paper, I don't know if that has a name in English or not, and it really doesn't matter. Anyway, they'll wrap up the book so you can't see the cover or the back or any synopsis at all or titles, and they will put little cards on them. I think I have mine here because I always keep them in the books. Okay, so they'll put like little cards with the descriptors, and then that's how you pick and choose your books. So here we go. First one is a memoir called Toil and Trouble by Augustin Burroughs. I haven't read any of these books that I'm going to show you right now yet. I was going to read them in February, but then I got a reading slump, so anyway. This is a memoir. It is queer. It is about witches and magic, and it sounds super intriguing, and it is a memoir, which is nonfiction, which goes in line with my reading goals that I have not paid attention to in the last 6 months, but it's fine. The tags for this that made me want to buy it were memoir, humor, witches, magic, LGBTQ+. So, you know, right up my lane. The next book I got was God's Little OG by Tupelo Hassman. I don't know what this book is about. It's normal on this channel. The tags for this were queer, coming of age, gangs, drugs, young adult. I am moving farther and farther away from young adult these days, but apart from the young adult tag, this had a lot of other things that I was interested in, so I decided to get it. And finally for February we have You Must Not Miss This by Katrina Leno, and the tags for this were LGBTQ+, magical realism, horror, fantasy, and revenge. While I'm not usually a fan of horror, again, with the same thing with the young adult tag, this had a lot of other things that I was interested in, so I decided to get it. There you go. It was simple as that. Again, I also don't know what this book is about other than the tags. I haven't read the synopsis and I'm not gonna read it. As has been shown on this channel time and time again, I usually go pretty blind into books, especially things like this where I'm just buying off tags, or if it's recommended by friends. I usually won't read any synopsis. I'll just dive in and find out where I'm going when I get there. Let's move on to March. We started March off by getting Sinner by Sierra Simone. I got the ebook for free. She promoted it on her Instagram, which Skylar and I stalk to find out all the things that she's writing, and it was for free, and so I got it because free ebook, like, you do the math. The next thing I got was The Unspoken Name by A.K. Larkwood. I also got this ebook for free. I believe that Tor was giving it away for free for like a few days. Next book I got was Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I read it in February. I really liked it, so I decided to buy a physical copy. It's the only one I own from the series. That's that. Next, we got Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvelle. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I read this already in January, and I really, really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, I think. Yes, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. And after I finished it, I decided that I was gonna read the entire series, so I started buying the first one. And I am currently actually rereading this because I decided that I'm gonna read the series now. These are very short and they're all interview format, so they're like a breeze to read. Okay, next, finally, A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. I finally got the physical copy. This and the next book were a midterms present to myself. Midterms kind of sucked this year, so I decided to buy myself something nice once I finally made it through. And it was this and Door of Bruises by Sierra Simone. Look, I wanted the Thorn Chapel Quartet. I wanted the entire thing, and so now I have it, and it's beautiful and it looks wonderful on my shelves. And the last book I got in March was Supplicant by Sierra Simone. I think I bought this for like 99 cents or $1.99, something like this. It was a short story that she was publishing. I already read it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. And now we move on to April. I only got 2 books in April. Really, I was deep in moving and getting near finals, so really my leaving the house was almost non-existent. I wasn't really reading all that much or going to bookstores all that much, so only the 2 books. One was The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I already read this. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really, really love this. This is dual timeline, which I didn't know that I liked this much. Other book that I got in April was One Night with Him by C.D. Race. I got a free ebook from one of those fucking mailing lists. I think it's like the Billionaire Boyfriend Book Club shit, something about that. I get the emails, there was a free book, I got it. I don't, you know, it's just, I haven't read it yet. I'll get around to it at some point, but it was a free ebook. It's just, I don't think about these too much. Let us move on to May. First thing I got was The Awakening of Ivy Leavold by Sierra Simone. I told you this was a Sierra Simone heavy list, okay? Free ebook. She promoted it on her Insta. I got the ebook. The next couple books are from a really fantastic trip to the bookstore with my godmother. She bought me all of these and I was really happy about all of them. So here we go. First is Bookishness by Jessica Preston. This is about loving books in the digital age. It is nonfiction. I haven't read it, but I'm very excited to read it, especially because I want to see this take about loving books in the digital age. And this is about like people who, like me, still have very huge physical collections of books. Next, Bullfinch's Mythology. I am a total mythology nerd and I like reading it from different perspectives, and they have this very beautiful leather-bound edition at the bookstore, and so I decided to get it. Next, we have Non-Binary Memoirs of Gender and Identity. I'm very interested to read this book. It is edited by 2 queer activists and it is nonfiction, so if I read it this year, it goes towards my reading goals. I saw this at the bookstore and I just like couldn't not get it. And then finally, I got Manual de Brujería Moderna. I'm very interested about modern witchcraft and how it's performed, and the fact that this book is in Spanish really interested me. And it's also very beautiful. The illustrations inside are so pretty. So yeah, I'm really interested in this topic, and I figured books are my way to learn about everything. So here we go. Whether it's good or bad, I'll figure that out when I read it. Next book I got was Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. It was a free ebook. I've read the book. It wasn't my favorite, but free ebook. Anyway, next I got Sanguine by Sarah Simone. I've read this twice. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars twice. It's a queer vampire short story, which I was very interested by, and I love it so much as shown by the fact that I've read it twice already. I just have to say Bastien is my king. I love him, and I want more of this book. So if Sarah Simone wants to write a full-length thing about this, I will read it. So now we move on to June. Here's the thing. June was a crazy month. And I don't know if I can actually like raise the pile of books that I need to show you. So I'm gonna do my best attempt, but I make no promises. They're falling, they fell. Oh God. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not gonna turn it around because it's just, June, okay? June. Let's go. Let me just show you. Oh God, this tower is very precarious. Okay, first things first, I got the One Last Stop audiobook because I'd already pre-ordered it a couple months ago, and it arrived June 1st. It was great. I didn't read it until the end of the month, but it's fine. Next book that I got was the Priest ebook by Sarah Simone. I wanted to start the Priest series, but even though all the novels are standalones, I kind of have this thing where I can't read out of order because it's just so it just makes my brain go no. And so I got Priest and I read it and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. This is definitely one of like Sarah Simone's older works, and it shows. So next I got How to Love the World, Poems of Love and Gratitude. This was a birthday present from my best friend Natalia, and it is very cute, and I'm going to be reading it very soon. Okay, so next on the list, in May, I decided to get myself a present as like a pat on the back for finishing my first year of my master's program. I worked really hard this year. I got really good grades, and also I completed 18 master's credits, which is more than half of what I need to complete my master's in 1 year, in the middle of a pandemic, while first semester holding down 2 jobs. And you know, I was proud. I was really proud of myself, especially because this semester was just like not great most of the time. I was in a not great state most of the time, so I really wanted to get myself something. And when I really want to get myself something, I decide to pool my money as best as I can and place an order through Waterstones in the UK, because I don't do it all the time because I have to pay for shipping and it's expensive and la da 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 da. But anyway, I decided to get myself 5 books, and for some reason Waterstones decided to split it into 2 packages. So some got here first, some got here like 2 weeks later. It's fine, I'm gonna show you all of them eventually. Anyway, here we go. First book that arrived in that Waterstones package was Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. Remember what I said about getting the white covers from the UK? So yeah, I got Elantris, which is the next standalone after Warbreaker, and it is what I am going to be reading next. I am buddy reading this with Skylar this month, and I am very excited about it. I'm psyched to get back into the Cosmere. I took a break from it after February and everything that happened in that month, but I am ready to jump back in. Next, I got The Alloy of Law and The Shadows of Self. These are from Mistborn Era 2. I'm supposed to read these after Elantris, and I'm excited to get to them. I'm excited to go back to the Cosmere, okay? And this is what I meant when I said that I was going to be getting Mistborn Era 1 later, because these are what I'm supposed to be reading next. So I figured to get these right now and Mistborn once I'm done reading the Cosmere, I guess. Next, 2 books, courtesy of my godmother. She went on a trip and she got me 2 very beautiful books. She got me Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, which I was missing from my Austen collection. I hadn't gotten this yet. And Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I love my Penguin Classics collection. I have it back there, and she is very fond of contributing to this collection. Honestly, shout out to my godmother for contributing most of the books that I bought this month. Honestly, I didn't really buy books this month. She bought me books this month. I just picked them out. Anyway, next on the list was Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. Here's the thing, I binged the entire Raven cycle in June in about a week because that's how I do things around here. And I decided that I also wanted to read the Dreamer trilogy, and so I got this at the bookstore. I bought this actually, I bought this one. I bought this one for myself, and I paid for it with my money. And I was at the bookstore working because it was a weekday, and my godmother showed up at the bookstore about 10 minutes after I bought this, and so she bought me like 3 more books, which were this one. It's called Mr. Impossible. It's also by Maggie Stiefvater, and I agree with Mika that the name sucks. The title is atrocious and it's cringe, but here we are. Next, she got me The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. She really likes this book, so she wants me to read it, and I read the things that she wants me to read sometimes. She also was nice enough to get me The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway because I'm going to be teaching this semester. I got to teach my first full-time teaching job. I'm starting it in August. I'm very excited. I'm also very excited about this book in particular and teaching it, even though I haven't read it, is because I'm gonna be teaching at the high school where I graduated from, and when they gave me the reading list, it hasn't really changed all that much from when I was a student, which, you know, is not great, but this is a new addition into the curriculum and I'm excited to read it and get into it. The fact that they added something different was good. Next book I got was a birthday present from Sammy, and it was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I am really excited to read this. I've been wanting to read it for a while. I've seen it all over the internet, and she got it for my birthday, and I'm so thankful and grateful, and I will read it very, very soon. After that, my second Waterstones package decided to show up. Again, I don't know why they split it into 2, but it's fine. What arrived in that package, you may ask? It was The Bands of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson. This is the last book in Mistborn Era 2, so I have a complete set. And Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. I was really excited to read this. This is an anticipated read for this year. I've already read it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really like this book. I like this series in general. It is a graphic novel and I love it. Next, I got The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I got the ebook because I am going to be reading it in July as part of my Olympic Games TBR, and I'm very excited about that. And it's also dark academia, which I love, so I am very, very excited to get around to reading that book. And the last 2 books I got in June were Walking Gods and Only Human by Sylvain Nouvel. These are the other 2 books in the Themis Files. These are Companions to Sleeping Giants, and I am very excited to be reading this entire series. And that is it. Those are all the books that I got from January to June 2021. It is a whopping like 50 books. Like I said, I thought that I hadn't gone as book crazy this year as I did last year. Turns out I was wrong. It's those damn ebooks that get me, okay? It's free ebooks that just like, I see them, brain go brr and go buy. But it's not really a purchase because I'm not paying for them, but it's fine. Anyway, thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, come yell at me in the comments about how I have a book buying problem. I've been Tati, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye.